Hey guys, the layout is an absolute mess right now, but I just wanted to show you a couple of things that I've been working on. A couple of weeks ago decided to take a break from working on the layout and putting cork down to build some structures. And this one that I have here right at the in front of the camera is Lobas Linen Mill. It's a DPM kit, and I added a few extra details to it. I had purchased the roof details kit from Walthers, so I put one of the larger air conditioning units up on top there, and I'm trying to get into the Modeler Man Mike mode here, trying to add a few extra details to things. So if you ever watched Mike's videos, he is a tremendous model builder and does a lot with detail. So with the air conditioner, and I still got some cleanup to do on this building yet, but I tried to weather it a little bit and put a little electrical connection there down to the roof. And the top, which has to be touched up a bit, this is that spray stone material from I guess it's Rust-Oleum, but I'm not sure that I like it because it's kind of flaking off, as you can see right over here. So I don't know, we may have to do something there. But one thing I did do, there is sort of a little overhang that goes right by the dock doors here, and I added those supports, those metal supports that you see. And what I used for that was some stuff that I found, I think it may have been Michael's or whatever in their department where I'm just ducking down there to get some to show you, where they have their jewelry making, and they're called eye pins. Let me get one out here, hold it up in front of the camera. They come in three different sizes. I don't know if you can see that or not. Maybe hold it there. This one is about 2 inches long, and it's got a little eye on the end. And what I did with this, I took the end with the eye and I bent it over sort of at a 45, just like this. And I drilled a hole in the roof, 5 holes, and then I also drilled a hole in the front of the building here in 5 spots using a pin vise. And I turned this upside down and stuck it up through the hole in the roof, and then used some CA adhesive to attach it, in the holes. And once this was dry up here, once the CA was dry here, I just turned the building over and cut off the bend. So let me move the truck out of the way here. But so anyway, you can see them maybe. Let me get over here to the light where we can see. So anyhow, they're sticking through there and they're glued in with CA. So anyway, I'm just trying to add a few details. There's a fan that I glued on the side there. So been working on that, and let's walk down the layout here. I'll show you what else I've been working on. I got a couple of propane tanks from Walthers as well, which is what these are. There are some ladders that go in the end, but I haven't put those on yet because I didn't want them to snap off. This over here is I think it's a Butane Facility, and this thing was a pain in the butt to build. You can see the supports right here on the I don't know what you call this. I guess the vessel that holds the butane. There's 12 of these things, and between them are supposed to be some cross member supports, and then they have like an X, sort of like this right here. I don't know if you can see that very well, but between each one. So I glued all those together and let it dry, and it was looking good. And I put the butane vessel in there and fell right to the ground because the supports had spread, or the tie connections between the supports had spread them out enough that it let the vessel fall right through there. So I had to take them out, and I've glued the vessel directly to the supports. I'm not so sure that I really care for that. One mistake I made, which I found out on these windows here, I don't know if you can see those. Let me hold this up. See how those are kind of all messed up there? I used CA to glue the clear plastic in, and I guess you shouldn't do that because now it looks like there's, I don't know, fogged up windows inside. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I'm not happy with the way it turned out. Maybe I can hide it somehow. You know, the propane tanks turned out pretty well though. I mean, I'm pleased with those. So anyway, enough about that. This is the general vicinity that this is supposed to go in. There's a divider again that comes through here. So, you know, this will be on the other side of the divider. Excuse me, got a bit of a cold tonight. A couple other things I bought inside this are two auto rack unloaders that I purchased. I don't know if I showed you this before. I got a Scale Trains boxcar when I was on out of town on business. Stopped at a hobby shop, got that. So I've got all the track laid out here. I'm going to try and do some track laying this weekend. I've got, let's see, about 225 feet of track. So I'm not going to get all that down, obviously, on this weekend. But anyway, I'll hopefully get a good start. Back over here in the corner, I just had the barn sitting here, mainly just to take a picture of the silo. This is one of those Rick's metal silos, and it came out really well. It's a great kit, very easy to put together. All of these individual pieces are panels, and there's, I don't know, 42 of them that you have to glue together. But I use Testor's liquid cement, and you can see this how it the glue tabs are in there, and they work really well, and it lets you stack them up and keep them aligned. So happy with that. The only thing I painted was the top. Just put some flat white on there. I don't know if I'm gonna, it looks a little bit more glossy in the video than it actually does in real life. So the barn, which I think I've shown you before, I don't know if I did a video on it, I can't remember, but I'm pleased with it. It came out really well. I think if you watch the video where I accidentally cut out, actually broke the windows, I put a piece of plywood in there. You know, I'm calling it plywood. I guess you can see that right there. So I think it looks pretty good. You know, it's a good mistake cover anyway. So happy with the barn and the silo. Where that's going to go is right over here where all this mess is. That divider that I was talking about starts somewhere in here, and it runs straight down the table. So my thought is to kind of, like where all this mess is put the barn in the silo and maybe try and get some crop fields in there, maybe some corn and some wheat, just to kind of take up the side. I've got another little farmhouse that I'm going to use along with that, and I do have some tractors and farm equipment and such. So I'm going to try and get all that in that one area. But the reason this is such a mess is I've had really this stuff packed up, I don't know, 6 or 7 months, and it was all under the layout on this side, and I was trying to find things that I knew I had, but I didn't know what box they were in. That box of roof details that I was talking about was buried down, you know, as they say, the last place I looked, right? I mean, who finds something and keeps looking for it? So it's obviously in the last place you looked. But anyway, that was buried. So I finally found that, you know, and I've got a bunch of other stuff just strewn up on the layout here. So before I start laying track this weekend, I'll have to get all that cleaned off. And then, you know, we'll get some track down, solder some rail joiners, and then, you know, we'll test it to make sure that things are moving along with as far as the connections go. So let's see what else. This box here is 2 boxes of cork road bed. I've got plenty of that. Down there on the floor in the priority mailboxes, those are my other 2 boxes of track. And the Midwest cork box in the back is all the track that I was able to salvage from the old layout. I'm not sure how much of that's usable. But anyway, I don't want to ramble on. That's kind of what I've been doing. Is you know, taking a break from laying cork, you know, to work on these buildings. So, you know, again, this one I'm pretty pleased with. I still have some, as I said, cleanup to do on the roof. I'm not sure if it's going to be rail served or just truck served. The loading doors there aren't really suited for rail cars because of the spacing mainly. But I took a couple of, I got to get around here in the light so you guys can see this. So the roof material here is, I had a bunch of self-adhesive rubber, just little 4x6 pieces, and I have no idea where they came from, but I put them away in a box and said, you know, one of these days I might use some of that. So I used it to make the overhang. It comes with a sheet of styrene, obviously for the roof, and you're supposed to cut 1 inch off and use it for the overhang. So I did cut the styrene off and stuck this rubber backing material on top of it to create that. It has a little bit more thickness, you know, this way, rather than just a thin piece of styrene sitting there. So what these are, these dock door bumpers, I don't know if you can see those, are just little pieces of this self-adhesive rubber that I trimmed off and put down there. So you know, and if I decide to make it rail served, I can pull those off. But the way this is right now, just as far as height goes, is you know, perfect height for trailers. You know, they meet right up there. So I don't know, I haven't decided. We'll see where it ends up. So I think that is about it for tonight. I have some other structures that I want to repair from the old layout, but I don't want to get too many of them out and, you know, sitting around, because, you know, then I got to deal with them when I'm trying to put stuff on, you know, put track on the layout and so forth. So anyway, I'm gonna stop this because I'm trying to think of stuff to show you, but there isn't really anything, and I'm just standing here rambling. So anyways, I appreciate all the new subscriptions. I've gotten, I don't know, maybe 10 or so in the last couple of weeks. I really appreciate this new subscribers and the comments and so forth. So hopefully this weekend we'll get some track down. If I do get to that point, I will make a short video of how I put the track down and try and get that up over the weekend. So again, thanks for watching. Appreciate the comments. Take care.